Hello everybody, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. In this video guys, I'm gonna talk about this beautiful RC600. This is the first cyclone on the channel and actually I'm very excited. I will tell you guys that this bike is super conspicuous. Look at the front. Those winglets are enormous. They're reminiscent of a fish. I understand that this bike looks like BMW M1000RR, not even S. But I feel like those winglets, they are redundant. However, in terms of design, I mean, you cannot argue. It looks outstanding, that's for sure. I need to mention that we have parallel twin. It sounds like 270-degree crankshaft. It has 59 horsepower and 55 Nm of torque. So it's not going to compete with SR605. But it's still a very powerful beginner's bike, I would say. The seat height is 790 millimeters. We have 15-liter tank capacity. We have adjustable front suspension, non-adjustable, I guess, monoshock from behind. Let me check it out for you guys. Like, it doesn't look like you can adjust anything, but I might be wrong. Up front, we have a huge single disc, so we don't have dual-sided disc. We have one disc up front, which is pretty big. I feel like it's 300 millimeters, might be 320 millimeters. Yeah, actually, I feel like it's a little bit bigger than on SR605, so it might be 320 millimeters. And we have 4-piston JH1 calipers over here. Well, it's not too loud, but I mean, it doesn't sound bad. As you can see, dimensions-wise, this bike is pretty much similar to SR605. Other than the seat would be a little bit lower, a little bit more approachable. It's 790 millimeters. I feel like I've already said it. And 15-liter tank capacity. What truly sets this bike apart, my people, is this enormous dash, which might be all the way up to 7 inches. It's really big. It looks pretty bright. Other than that, guys, I need to mention that we have traction control, which you can turn off if you don't need it. We have, obviously, dual channel ABS, and we have 2 modes. And we have a mode button, so Eco, Sport. Eco, Sport. Yeah, again, this is a rather comfortable sports bike, which would be a nice bike for a beginner. I was talking a lot about this bike, guys. It's time to ride it. Are you ready? Okay. First gear, oh shoot, rookie mistake. Okay, first gear, let's go. Oh, I did mention that the carb weight of the bike is 186 kilograms, and we have a steel frame. Oh, you know what? It sounds actually pretty aggressive. Haha! Actually, the sound is really good. It sounds like a cruiser. Doesn't make any sense. It's very reminiscent of Vogue 525. Well, I like the sound, huge. Alright. Listen, there's no way for me to get on a street because we don't have a license plate. But I'll try to at least speed up a little for you, right? Ready? And the first gear goes up to 55 kilometers per hour, which is not a lot. And the sprocket isn't too big actually, so I don't know why. But the gearbox is pretty good. We don't have a quick shifter. You know, it's pretty light. This bike is pretty light. 186 kilograms doesn't feel like a lot for this bike. Especially after SR605, it feels very light. Ergonomics-wise, it's a very comfortable sports bike, way less aggressive than SR605. I know that I ain't supposed to compare this bike to that bike, but I mean, I'm an owner of CF Moto, so I guess this is a right comparison. Okay, let's just try to see how maneuverable it is. Well, not bad. I really like the sound, guys. I didn't expect it to sound that good. Brakes. Well, brakes aren't bad. ABS has engaged a little. But again, guys, it's winter, it's really cold, so the tires are slippery. You would expect ABS to engage. Yeah, brakes aren't too sharp, to be honest, because we don't have dual-sided disc, but overall, not bad. My favorite part so far is the sound, and I would say ergonomics. Again, this bike doesn't try to be a super aggressive super sport, but it looks pretty cool. I really like the color, and it's really aggressive, dude. It's very aggressive, but the brakes are pretty weak, if I'm being honest. Probably the tires contribute to this bad feeling because it's cold and tires want to be the best. But again, I feel like after powerful brake performance of CF Moto, I feel like it's not enough at all, especially when you try to accelerate and then you just hit the brakes and you expect it to stop a little bit better, but it doesn't. Let's try to kind of race a little, which is really stupid in our conditions. I mean, parking lot. But you know what? It's more flickable than the CYCLONE. I like it a lot. Difference in weight is like 10 kilograms, but you feel it right away. And again, it's easier to ride compared to a CYCLONE, so for a beginner, it'll be more appropriate. Radius of turn is pretty good, but pretty much similar. Yeah, it's a little bit rougher than a CYCLONE. We have a little bit more vibrations, but it's very pleasant. It feels like a good motorcycle, honestly. Like, it gives you a vibe of a authentic motorcycle, if it makes any sense. I like it, actually. I didn't expect to like it that much. Like, somehow I'm just missing, I guess, this vibration and aggression of parallel twin. And this bike is somehow reminiscent of NK800, but don't get me wrong, it's not jerky, but like, it still gives you the vibe of NK800 somehow, because we have some vibration, and overall it just feels kind of masculine, you know, aggressive, and I don't know, fun. Oh shoot. Yeah, traction control has engaged because it was a little bit slippery there, it was wet. Yeah, when you turn, guys, I'll tell you right away that it feels pretty good. It's really flickable. Like, even though we don't have aluminum frame, steel frame still does a good job for this motorcycle. Alright, let's try to lean a little. Sorry for not speaking, but I mean, it's pretty fun to ride. Brakes are not good again. Yeah, but if we're talking about slow speed maneuvers, it'll be more agile than a CYCLONE, and due to its lighter weight, it'll be easier to ride. But I've said that already. But the vibration you get is really pleasant. Obviously, inline 4s and inline 3-cylinder engines would be way smoother, but I feel like it would be really hard to find a person who would say that this vibration isn't pleasant. This huge dash, I don't really know, maybe you like it, but I don't find it very appealing for me. I feel like it's a little bit redundant, but still, the price of the bike, guys, is very affordable. Like, it's 24,900 RMB, which is really cheap for what it is. And I feel like if they would just install a smaller dash, they could actually even further reduce the price, which would be even better for me. So I don't really feel like a bike like that has to have a big dash. Yeah, rough, aggressive, unrestricted. But again, from time to time, traction control kicks in. I feel like I cannot use all the power. But again, it's cold and this is not my bike. This is the first time I ride this bike in my life, so I don't want to go crazy. And obviously we're riding in the parking lot, guys, so do not expect a lot. But overall, this bike ain't no bad. And again, as I brake, even though brakes are not too strong, but ABS does not seem to be too intrusive. Let me just try to stop as fast as possible. Ready? Yeah, I mean, still ABS engaged, but not bad. Clutch, by the way, is rather soft. I like it. Yeah, not bad. Okay, we have traction control. Yeah, you see, I cannot do a wheel. Yeah, ooh, did you hear the click? On SR605, when you try to do a wheelie with traction control, like, it stops you from looping the bike, and it doesn't allow you to go hard, to go high, but it's a little bit less intrusive, I would say. It doesn't like cut you as bad as this one. So I would say that traction control is a little bit too intrusive, but ABS doesn't seem intrusive. Yeah, and you can rev it up to 10, 11,000 RMB, what am I saying? RPM, I'm thinking about money, guys. Yeah, so you cannot rev it up a lot, but still not bad for a parallel twin. I really love this aggression and I don't know, vibrations of this bike. It's pretty cool. Still, it's pretty rapid. I don't really know official numbers. It's supposed to be a pretty fast bike. So let me talk to the staff, guys. I just want to show you those winglets once again. So just check them out, guys. They're like so big. They're enormous. They're just preposterous. They're totally blown out of proportion. Obviously, those winglets serve no practical utility. They will not have any use, but in terms of design, they make this bike look outstanding. The only complaint of mine is that actually the brakes aren't too good. They could be a little bit sharper. I feel like this bike would definitely benefit if it would have dual-sided disc. But other than that, it's a very solid bike, guys. I like the sound. Acceleration is pretty decent. The gearbox is nice, but you cannot go fast in the first and second gears. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to ride this bike on the street. If I would be able to, of course, I'll measure acceleration. Suspension is rather rigid, however, it's adjustable, but I'm not sure whether this is a full adjustable suspension or not. Just now I checked, the parallel acceleration from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is going to be 4.2 seconds if you're a skillful rider, and the top speed is 180 kilometers per hour. Please let me know what you think about this bike in the comment section below. If you like my video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and as always, stay safe, and I see you in my next videos. Bye guys, take care.